What was the defenseman doing? Man, pick up a guy. What are you doing? Then he rubs his nuts all over the goalie's face. Oh man, the disrespect. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of your Alaska Ice Eagles custom NHL 21 franchise mode. We're here in year number 4, the start of year number 4, where we started it off with a bang. Game number 1 had a 3-0 shutout. Hunter Lightning trying to shut everybody up. He is our starting goalie. We're going with him right now. He's the man between the pipes. I have full trust and full faith in the 6'8" Finnish sensation, whatever we want to call him. He's on a 2-year deal worth $6 million per. This is his time to shine. It's make it or break it for Hunter Lightning, and so far, I mean, he made 35 saves in his first game, so that's a pretty damn good start. So this video, I thought it would be kind of cool to just take it back and have a look around the league, because we're 4 years in here. A lot has changed. There's been huge trades. There's been big signings. I don't know who's on what roster. I don't know who's playing where, so I think it's going to make it better for slow simming in the future if, you know, I know who exactly the Columbus Blue Jackets have or Tampa Bay. So I want to go into this, get some more storylines going. So we're not going to feature any comments here. This one's going to be a chill one. We might get a month of simulation done at the end of the video. Who knows? But I'd like to just take things slow, have a look around the league, see who's playing where, what's going on. And I do want to mention I have a GM week planned. Now I was going to plan it next week, but I totally forgot. I'm actually getting my wisdom teeth out. I'm not excited for that. That's gonna suck. So I'm gonna try to pre-record some videos, so when I can't talk for 5 days, I don't want to leave you guys with nothing. But there will be a GM week coming after I recover from that, so I'm sure that's not going to be a ton of fun. But you know what? Let's get another game of simulation done before we have a look around the league. Why not? We started off right 3-0. Let's see if we can do it here against Steven Stamkos and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, I don't even know if Tampa still has Steven Stamkos. I don't even know. I don't even know who plays where. I feel so disconnected from the rest of the league. We've been so focused on the Growlers and our team that I don't know where the hell anyone else is. So let's go period number 1, and it's 3-0. Okay, Hunter Lightning. Oh my god. See, Tyroning plays on Tampa Bay. I didn't even know. Oh my god, the legend himself, Tyroning. Hunter Lightning, I was just gassing you up. I was saying how awesome you are, and you allow 3 in the first, 2 before the first 5 minutes. Not a great start, boys. Let's rally here. Play for your goalie. Give him something to work with. 5-2. Oh my god. Is freaking Tyroning gonna have a hat trick? He probably will. Mikko Hedman and Jordan Greenway score for us, but 31-18 are the shots. After that first period, I don't know if you can come back from this. Tyroning and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh man, what a fit there. You love to see Tyroning doing well, but you hate to see a loss. Oh man, McGillney, he's that creative player. We all know him. So I think it's time we look around the league here. Tyler Johnson makes it 7-2. Another short king along there with Tyroning, but we get absolutely destroyed just as I'm gassing up Hunter Lightning. He decides to shit the bed and we allow 7. So grab a snack, let's hang out here, have a little chill episode, see which players are playing where, who's grown, what prospects have become legit NHLers. One thing I would love to see for the future NHL games, and I'll probably bring it up, is I want to see the chemistry for other teams. Like, I want to see if this is a +5. I want to see how good these guys are. But Trevor Zegras here for the Anaheim Ducks, the future of the franchise. He's only 23 years old. He's going to be locked up. Oh my god, look at that contract. Trevor Zegras is getting paid. They look pretty good. They got Dominic Kubalik on the 4th line with Zach Sanford, so they got some depth going on. I don't know why they're playing David Perron right there, but they got a pretty decent squad. 85s and 86s everywhere. Defensively, they got that Ottoson guy. He was the franchise guy, low franchise, right? So how's his career been going here in Anaheim? He's been a pretty consistent 15-goal, 40-point guy. All right, not bad. Not bad for Thomas Ottoson. He was picked in the 2nd round, 48th overall, so not bad at all. Their defense is kind of weak, and they got James Reimer and Markkanen between the pipes, so they could use a goalie here in Anaheim. Their offense is okay, but everything else is kind of a yikes. Moving on to the big bad Boston Bruins. Bruins, they don't look so big and bad anymore. That looks like David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand are still here, but everyone else is basically new. Jack Studnicka is a good prospect. He's finally made it, 80 overall. Andre Kasha, so no more Patrice Bergeron. I assume no more Chara. They do have Ryan Getzlaf, though, which is kind of funny. The bald man, he goes to Boston. I guess he's kind of the perfect Boston Bruin. They got another former Anaheim Duck in Jakob Silfverberg. Warren Fogle is an 88. How does that work? Okay, I would really not expect him to be 88 overall, but he did have 30 goals a couple years ago. How's their defense looking? No more Chara, but they still got McAvoy. They got Brant Clark as well, so no creative players for Boston. I don't remember how the draft even went. I feel like it was so long ago. I don't remember who they took or who they didn't take. Jacob Chikrin, Charlie McAvoy, their defense is really good. Like, I know this probably isn't going to work out. This is probably a -3 because you have Ryan Graves and Brandon Carlo, and they're both defensive defensemen. That's kind of why I want to see other teams in chemistry, but I can't imagine that working. Between the pipes, they have UC Saros and Vahalainen, so not bad, not bad. Definitely not the Bruins team that we were once accustomed to, but I want you guys to let me know what team you think is the best in the league, and no, you can't say Alaska, even though it's probably the right choice. Moving on to Buffalo here in Jack Eichel. Now, this is a team. Oh, baby, is this ever a team. Max Pacioretty, Jack Eichel, and Xavier McGregor, the big tough guy. 90 overall. Look at his fighting category. Oh my god. Physical category off the charts. 99, 90, 89, 99, and 99. He is a beast. Xavier McGregor. $10 million for the next 4 years for big bad Xavier. Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart, 290s down the middle. They're still paying Jeff Skinner till the end of time. $9 million. That's a terrible contract. Tage Thompson over Dylan Cousins. I don't know about that one. Defensively, they got the King, Rasmus Dahlin. They also got Julius Honka down there. Tyson Berry's over in Buffalo. And Tucker Tynan, former Channel legend Tucker Tynan. There you go. So Buffalo's offense is nasty, but everything else needs some work. Needs some tinkering there in Buffalo. Moving over to Carolina here, and speaking of Buffalo, Victor Olofsson, they got him playing with Aho and Svechnikov, Jeremy Bracco, Vinny Trocheck on the third line, Martin Necas is a 90. Damn, so they're kind of stacked, to be honest with you. They have 5 88 pluses on their offensive core. That's pretty gross, to be honest with you. Defensively, they still got Hamilton and Jacob Slavin. They still got Jake Bean. They're looking pretty good here in Raleigh. Their goalies aren't great, 82 and 83. But that offense, that top 6 is gross. I assume Jeremy Bracco is putting up a lot of points playing with those two guys. 59 last year, 56. Not the points I thought, but still not bad at all for Jeremy Bracco. Moving on to the Columbus Blue Jackets. They still have PLD, even though he's in Winnipeg now. They got Max Domi and Parker Jarvis. Now, this was one of the created players. He's not franchise, he's medium elite. He looks pretty good. How's his career been going here in Columbus? He's been here since year number 4. He's been a pretty steady 30-goal, 60-point guy as well, so nice to see these guys really panning out for their team. They kind of have a nice offensive core, I'm not going to lie. Atu Ratti, they got Alexander Texier, who still hasn't grown, unfortunately. Check out their defense. Seth Jones and Zach Werenski still hanging out there. Close personal friend, Zach Werenski. They got Aaron Ekblad as well, so their defense is really, really sick. Werenski, Jones, and Ekblad. That's nasty. And they got Igor between the pipes, so watch out for Columbus. They could be low-key pretty good. Let's have a look at the Calgary Flames here, who ended up making one of the biggest trades in this franchise mode. They got Kurt Zapp. They got him out of Nashville. After he was drafted, he didn't even play, so what a mistake. Kurt Zapp is putting up numbers here with Calgary. He's playing with Bjorkstrand and Jason Zucker, Johnny Hockey and Kachuk on the second line. They look pretty good as well. Defensively, 91 overall Noah Hannafin. For some reason, Noah Hannafin he grows like crazy in franchise modes. I've seen him like 93 overall. Juuso Villamäki turned out to be pretty good, and still have Jacob Markstrom and Marc-Andre Fleury. This is the goaltending tandem of my dreams. My 2 favorite goalies on the same team. Unfortunately, it's with Calgary. All right, let's get this one over with quick. Max Kazov, 96 overall. He's got 5 points in his first 2 games this year. He's nasty. 114 points last year. Former 70 goal scorer. Okay, let's move on from Max Kazov. He's pretty nasty. What a dream line. Alex DeBrincat, a sniper, playmaker, sniper. So maybe just a +1. Alex Nylander, Ekberg. This is another guy they got in the second round. He turned into medium elite. He's nasty as well with Zach Hyman. Kirby Dach on the third line. So Chicago is gross. They also have Adam Boquist. He turned out to be pretty good. Aside from Boquist, though, nothing really working out here on their defensive core. Goaltenders, they got another one. They got Jamie Morrow, who was a franchise goalie selected, I think, in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. Third round. Oh my God. Yeah, he's gross. He's nasty. Look at his numbers. 113 and 60 in his first 4 years. So what a pick for the Chicago Blackhawks. They could be the best team I've seen so far. They look really, really good. I mean, 490s. I mean, I thought Columbus was good with the 88s. No, these guys got 490s on their offensive core. That's crazy. The Colorado Avalanche, now, they have Nick Bolt here on the third line. He's the fastest man alive. Look at his skating categories. 99 everywhere. He's a beast, so he's fitting in an interesting spot. I feel like he should be on the second line, but, I mean, when you have 95 overall Nathan McKinnon, can't really play him on the first, but I don't think he should be on the third line at all. Mikko Rantanen, Landeskog, McKinnon, arguably the best line in all of hockey. Defense is still the same with Makar and Byram, Samuel Girard, so still looking good there. And Phoenix Copley, so they need a goalie in a bad way. Moving on here to the Dallas Stars. They still got Miro Heiskanen on the back end. Their top four is okay. It's nothing super flashy. Let's go in reverse here. Let's see who they got in net. Connor Hellebuck, so they get a legitimate goalie after Ben Bishop left town and Anton Khudobin. Jamie Benn, 81 overall, still making a boatload of money for one more year. Probably going to be his last year. They got Brad Lambert, who was selected 6 overall in 2022. He's going to be a nasty player. I could see Dallas maybe going into a mini rebuild here once Jamie Benn's gone. Connor Hellebuck's not going to last forever with Jamie Benn on the decline. Tyler Seguin not getting any younger. I could see this team going into a rebuild, but I almost missed him. Diego Santamaria. He was one of the creative players, and he is a 90 overall, which is crazy. First round, 22nd overall. I didn't make this guy particularly good in any category. I didn't make him fast. I didn't make his shot crazy. I made him like 85s everywhere, so it's kind of nice to see him grow. I'm wondering why he's not playing on the first line. I have some questions about these coaches' decisions, but hey, that's up for them to decide. Detroit, Philip Zadina, Joe Veleno, and Lucas Raymond. I'm looking for some creative players. I'm wondering where they all went. Anthony Mantha and Lindholm on the third line. I don't know about that one. Granny Smith on the fourth. Their team is kind of all over the place. They have like too many good top 6 players, but they're playing in the bottom 6 as well. Seems kind of weird. And oh my God, Lorenzo Pazzanelli, medium franchise, 96 overall. Holy crap. I knew these guys would grow, but I didn't think they would grow that much. He's an 80-point defenseman, 29 goals last year. That is crazy. Lorenzo Pazzanelli. How much is he making? 12.8. Oh my God, the French god. He's playing with Moritz Seider, won the jackpot. And they got Braden Holtby and Hunter Jones between the pipes. The Oilers. Okay, so they don't have a goalie, but they do have Jesper Wallstedt, who was a 4th rounder. He should have been higher. He's one player. I forgot to make him better. EA makes him garbage. In real life, he's like probably the best goaltending prospect since Carey Price to come up in the draft, so watch out for this guy in a few years. That might be a little bit crazy to say, but he's really, really good over there in Sweden, and he's projected to go top 10 in next year's NHL draft. They really need a goalie, though. I don't think Jesper is quite ready to go yet. Having a look at their offensive core, I assume McDavid and Leon are still going to be 1 and 2, and they are. They kind of kept the same core. They got Dominic Cahoon, Jesse Puljujarvi, Kaylor Yamamoto. They brought in Nino Niederreiter to play alongside of Connor McDavid, again hitting the jackpot. They got the Soup Man, Ilya Mikheyev on the third line, and then Bjorn Hoffman. I love the Edmonton pick, this guy, because he's a guy who Edmonton really needs in real life. They could use a Bjorn Hoffman. He's making probably a boatload of money as well. Everyone's now done their contract, so you're going to be seeing a lot of players making a lot of dough. Bjorn Hoffman is no exception. The LA Kings, they got Joseph Johnson, who I made this guy just a good old American boy. Joseph Johnson is a big enforcer, 6'2", 211. He's playing with Drew Doughty. Not a bad pairing there. Kevin Shattenkirk and Gustafsson over there. Who do they got between the pipes? Ooh, Ville Husso and Linus Ullmark. It's not terrible. Could be a lot better, though. And on the starting offense, Jonathan Huberdeau. Okay, I remember. These guys probably have the best team. Yep, absolutely. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, Connor Bedard and Quinton Byfield and Barrett Hayton and Pete Correa and Jonathan Huberdeau and Arno Wolf. Oh my God. So Arno Wolf turned into low franchise. I don't think he was low franchise when he was drafted, but yeah, he's turned out to be quite the player for the LA Kings. And Pete Correa, talk about quite the player. He's had 59 goals, 53 in year number 1. He's a steady 90-point player. Is he making a lot of money? 11 million. Of course he is. Jonathan Huberdeau, he's killing it there in LA. This team is absolutely nasty. Quinton Byfield on the third line, 85 overall. I can't believe that. I mean, Connor Bedard, he was drafted 3rd overall in 2023, so last year. That's crazy. They have a nasty team. All right, the Minnesota Wild, they bring in Stanley Cup champion Jordan Binnington to solve all their goaltending problems. They got Tolvanen. All right, Tolvanen. Let's see how he's doing here. Probably doing amazing. We brought him in. We all know what happened with Tolvanen. He's got 4 points in 2 games, so I'm glad he's finally made the roster here in Minnesota, because when we traded him, they sent him down to Iowa. They sent him down to the AHL. I never understood why, but finally he's getting some ice time here. 4 points in 2 games. You love to see it. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out with Eli Tolvanen chemistry, which actually really sucked because I really wanted to use him. They got Matthew Savoy here on the 4th line. He was a top 10 pick in 2022. They have a bright future. They do have this Preston Girardi guy who was drafted, I think 7th? Yeah, 7th overall last year. He was a stud, 82 overall. Alex Killorn's an 86. His overalls are all over the place. Defensively, Risto, Dumba, Spurgeon, Clefbaum. Not a bad top 4. And then obviously between the pipes, Jordan Binnington. Montreal Canadiens, they no longer have Carey Price. He's gone. And they are in desperate need of a goaltender. That is rough. What they don't need is offense, though. Holy crap. Kotkaniemi, Nazkov, Cole Caulfield, and Nick Suzuki. So how's Nazkov turned out to be? He was a first rounder, 18th overall. He's making 11.5. I know this guy scores nothing but goals. 40 goals a year, basically. He's a beast. They're playing with Cole Caulfield, who also likes to score a goal or two. He almost hit 50 last year. He's got 3 in 2 games this year, though. Montreal looks nasty. I don't think anyone's going to be better than LA, though. They just look unbelievable. They got Shea Theodore here in Montreal. Not bad. All right, Newfoundland Growlers. I don't really know what to say about this team, to be honest with you. They paid Bo Horvat $15 million. I'm just going to let that sit with you. They paid Bo Horvat. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Bo Horvat, but they paid this man $15.2 million. Million. That's million with an M for 65 points at a minus 43. That's what you get. That's got to be the worst contract in NHL history. I mean, props to Bo Horvat. The guy had one unreal year and signed that check. Holy. They got Henrik Borgstrom, Zane Appleby. He turned out to be really good. He's only 20 years old. He jumped to 88 overall right away. That's crazy. They got William Nylander. They got Rich May, who was drafted just last year. Big power forward. Rich May playing with the $15 million man in Bo Horvat. They have an interesting team. They're kind of all over the place. Wheeler and Nugent Hopkins. They got Zach Cassian. Interesting. Defensively, Owen Powers finally growing. He's got 3 apples in 3 games. He looks like he's pretty good. I mean, he's been on a trash team for the last 4 years. He signed a 5-year ticket, so he's in for the long term. And then between the pipes, they still have John Gibson, who's a 90. What did they pay him? I assume it's a lot. That's actually a really good deal. 6.8 for 3 years for one of the best goalies in the NHL. Not bad. New Jersey has a nice 1-2 punch here with Thatcher Demko and Sergei Bobrovsky on the offensive core. That's what I'm talking about. Jack Hughes and Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall went back to New Jersey. That's funny. I didn't even see that. The former Hart Trophy winner. He's playing with Holtz and Hughes. They got a nice top 6 as well. Christian Dvorak. Defensively, OEL. He's out here in Jersey with Ty Smith. Okay, interesting team here in New Jersey. Moving on to Nashville, a team that made the mistake of getting rid of Kurt Zapp, but they have a stud player in their own right we'll get to in a second. Ryan Ellis, Troy Stetcher, Roman Josi, and Dante Fabro. Weird to see Roman Josi really fall off the map. I mean, he is 34 years old, but $9 million for the next 4 years. Yikes. Between the pipes, they have 277s. That's hashtag not good. And looking at their offense here, they have Von Vichvenberg. He's the guy I want to look at. I know it's Von Vichvenberg, but Von Vichvenberg sounds way better. He's medium elite, second line forward. He's like a 50-point guy, but he's 6'7", 226. He's a freak of nature. He's stuck behind Matt Duchene and Ryan Johansson. I also can't forget Felix Pox, the stinkiest man in the world. He's out here in Nashville scoring 60 goals a year. You love to see it. They don't mind the smell because he's pot 60 every single year. He's playing with Arjo and Philip Forsberg. Moving on here to, where are we? Over to New York Islanders. This is a team I'm excited to look at because they have a player that we really tried to trade for. We threw absolutely everything at the Islanders and they still said no, and rightfully so. This guy is a stud. He had 40 goals in 56 games in the KHL. He is a freak of nature. 76 points in his rookie year, 42 goals, 333 shots. Yeah, he's a freak. Victor Smashkov. They got Smashkov and Michkov. They got all the ovs. This guy, though, 6'9", 290, first overall pick. He is basically made genetically in a lab. He's been good. Not quite as good as I thought he would be. I made a lot of his stats 99 overall. I mean, look at his physical category. His skating is what really brings him down, though. Only 80 speed, but his center's pretty quick. Matty Barzal has 95 speed, so not really worried about that. Defensively, Noah Dobson. They got another franchise player, Karamoto Ryanucci. He turned out to be really, really good. He's making 9.5 straight out of Japan, baby. Devon Tays, Noah Dobson, so they're looking okay here. They got Big Save Dave as their starting goalie here in Long Island. Their offense is nice, defense is good. They just got to find a stud goaltender. Speaking of studs, we got a bunch of studs here in New York. Alexis Lafreniere, Mario Gretzky, Agent C, Capo Caco, Vitaly Kravtsov, Artemi Panarin. I even forgot he was here. 90 overall on the third line. How you doing? Making 11.6 on the third line. Yeah, so you can see they're paying all these guys so much money. They can't really afford a third or a fourth line. They're paying Lafreniere 9.2, Gretzky 10.9, Agent C 10.4, criminally underpaid. He should be a $15 million player. Vitaly Kravtsov's on a good deal. Philip Heidel's making bank. Capo Caco's making bank. So they're really trying to squeeze every penny they can. Defensively, I mean, they're paying Jacob Trouba, what, $8 million? So yeah, they're stretching their money thin. And they're paying Brent Burns as well, right? $8 million. What a weird cap situation. And then between the pipes, they can't afford a goalie. So it's an interesting team here in New York. Offensively, I mean, their top six, including Artemi Panarin, or I guess their top seven, look really, really good. But yeah, interesting. Going on to the Ottawa Senators, a team we've made a couple of moves with. Owen Tippett, Timmy Superstar Stutzla, and Mike Quino turned into 90 overall. I didn't think he'd be that good. I made him one of the worst created players. He turned out to be pretty good for the Ottawa Senators. Alex Formenton, Clayton Keller, they got him in free agency. You hate to see it. Logan Brown, Colin White, they got 86s on the third and the fourth line. I don't know what's going on here in Ottawa. Thomas Chabot, John Klingberg, Romanov, and Brandstrom, and Jake Sanderson. This is the best D in the league. Now, Alexander Romanov was drafted by Montreal. I put him on Montreal. I guess he never played a game for Montreal. He was traded immediately to Ottawa, and I didn't even see like a trade pop up or anything, so I'm not sure what the trade was, but this defense is ridiculous. Between the pipe, they have Philip Gustafson and Joey Decord, so they look really, really good here in Ottawa, like really, really good. That could be the best team over LA. Let me know what you think. I think LA and Ottawa are 1A and 1B right now. All right, Philadelphia, they don't have anything that jumps out to me on their offensive core. Everything stayed basically the exact same. Defensively, they got DeAndre Harrison, big defensive defenseman. He's probably making a bunch of money, 9.9 for the next 4 years. Looking at their goalies, still got Kata Hot, and they got Carey Price. So they have the backbone of Canadian goaltending, Carey Price and Carter Hart between the pipes. That's an interesting squad here in Philly. They haven't really changed a whole lot. They have a lot of original flyers. They're obviously paying Kevin Hayes a lot of money. He's making still 7.1. That's a big ticket he signed. Pittsburgh, Jake Gensel, Sidney Crosby, Phil the Thrill back in Pittsburgh. There you go. We obviously traded him back there in the Kasperi Kapanen trade that we did a few years ago. Connor Garland, Kelly Yarncrow, and Ryan O'Reilly. Wow, they got Ryan O'Reilly as well. And there's where Bergeron went. I thought he retired, but Bergeron, he goes to Pittsburgh hanging out with Crosby. Don't know why he's not taking the draws, considering he has 94 face-offs and McCann only has a 79. But seeing Pittsburgh have Patrice Bergeron is just weird. Defensively, they got Matthew Clarkson, who is one of the created players, two-way defenseman. He's making $6.3 million. He's pretty good, 87 overall. I mean, he should be getting paid way more. A 20-goal, 60-point defenseman. Man, sign that ticket when you can. And between the pipes, they have Grubauer and Darcy Kemper. Moving on to San Jose here, Evander Kane, Dylan Larkin. So Larkin moved on from Detroit. I didn't even notice that. Timo Meier, Sean Monahan. So they don't look that great, but they have some young studs coming up here. And Aiden Robbins, who was selected 6th overall. And then this guy, Tommy Martikainen, 2nd overall. That was that year where those two Finns went 1 and 2. So for the future, they're looking pretty good here in San Jose. They still have Erik Karlsson. He's getting paid $11.5 for the next 3 years. That's a lot of money. Luke Hughes. All right, nice to see Luke Hughes make the lineup. Luke Hughes and Ryan Merkley. So 2 offensive defensemen playing together. I can't see that working out. Jamie Drysdale and Jake McCabe. And then between the pipes, they have Mackenzie Blackwood and Aiden Hill. The Blues let go of Jordan Binnington and decided to replace him with Kevin Boyle. I've never heard of Kevin Boyle, or this guy for that matter, so I don't know what they're doing between the pipes here in St. Louis. Let's check out their starting roster here. Jonathan Drouin, Jordan Kyrou, and there's the guy who went 1st overall. He wasted no time getting to 92 overall, only 20 years old. Thomas Markkanen, 92, that's crazy. Look at their team, actually. They're kind of nasty. Hammerberg, a 91 overall. I love this guy. Gustav Hammerberg, the big Swede, 6'2", 196. They still got Tarasenko. Their lines are kind of mixed up. They got Braden Sham. They got Kopitar as well. Klim Kostin, former Shanghai Dragons legend. Robert Thomas still kicking around. Torrey Krug still hanging out in St. Louis with Darnell Nurse, Justin Falk, and Vince Dunn. That's an interesting team. They don't have a goalie at all. They have all the other pieces, just no goaltending. We're almost done here. Going on to Tampa Bay, they have Evgeny Mogilny, Steven Stamkos, and Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point. So they kept their core intact, but they added Ty Ronning. Oh man, criminally underpaid. Oh yeah, hate to see it. He would fit on our second line. Oh, get those rumors going. Taylor Radish right there. They have a decent offensive core. Victor Hedman and Sergachev, couple of 90 overalls. How you doing? Mack Truck still playing. Love to see that. And between the pipes, I'm sure still Andre Vasilevsky killing it, 91 overall. All right, I'm sure you guys want to see this one. The Toronto Maple Leafs and Leo Radzinski, the 6'6", 250-pound power forward. What a line this is. Marner, Matthews, Radzinski, crazy. He's really, really good. He's turned out to be an awesome player for the Maple Leafs. What a line this is, though. Holy crap. Marner, Matthews, and Radzinski. Brown, Johnny T still sticking around. Pierre Engvall. Sam Bennett got out of Calgary. So, I mean, aside from their first line, everything else doesn't really look that great compared to other teams we've already looked at. Morgan Riley, Timothy Liljegren, Rasmus Sandin, and then between the pipes, still got Freddie Anderson. Okay, so, yeah, not as great as I thought Toronto would be, but that first line is just nasty. All right, Vancouver, here we go. No longer have Bo Horvat because they are smart and did not pay him $15 million. You're only paying Elias Pettersson 10.7. Why would you pay Bo 15? Nils Hoglander, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, Jake Virtanen somehow got good. They got JT Miller and Vasily Podkolzin. So he's obviously a player I added to the game, but a first-round pick of the Vancouver Canucks nonetheless. They look pretty good. Not as great as other teams, but not bad. That first line is nasty. They have no creative players except for their goaltender, which we'll get to, but Quinn Hughes, 91 overall. Speaking of that goalie, Stanley Cup champion, medium franchise, Zane Chow, straight out of China, the 5'7" Chinese sensation. What a guy. All right, a couple teams left here looking at Vegas. They got Robin Lehner and Casey DeSmith, so Robin Lehner's still stuck around. Looking at their offense here, Jonathan Marchessault still hanging out. Ollie Forsberg, he's one of the creative guys, got 4 points in his first 2 games, making $13 million. Holy, they still got Mark Stone as well, so they kept their core intact. That's nice. I mean, with Mark Stone, Carlson, Jonathan Marchessault, they got Cody Glass as well, Alex Tuck, so it's kind of cool to see. Ryan Murray, Pietrangelo, okay. They got another Stone, Michael Stone, not Mark Stone. And where I checked out their goaltenders, not bad. And then the Winnipeg Jets bring in Josh Manson and Brendan Dillon. They still got Ville Heinola and then Josh Morrissey with Sami Niku, who got really good. Goaltenders, they no longer have Connor Hellebuck, but they got Matt Murray. Kind of a downgrade, not going to lie to you. And then on their first line in this universe, Patrick Laine is still here. They got Victor Arvidsson from Nashville, Ryan Donato on the second line, Kevin LeBonc's an 86, Cole Perfetti on the fourth line. What are you doing, coach? Figure it out. Come on, what's going on here? Cole Perfetti should definitely be right here, but you can't break up Laine, Scheifler. What happened there is I put Scheifele with Connor together. Scheifler. You can't break up this line. They're nasty. But an interesting squad nonetheless. And the very last team, the Washington Capitals. I know there's one more left. Oh, human trash, Tony DeAngelo. They got John Carlson, who's still a beast. Aside from that, though, their defense is really, really weak. Looking at their goaltenders, they got Corey Crawford, who's still around, with Ilya Samsonov. And we'll see what Ovi's working with here. He's still got Backstrom, even though he's an 80 overall. He really dropped off. Jacob Verana. They got Patrick Kane. That's right, he did go to Washington. They got Kuznetsov. They got Kaprizov as well. So that's the entire look around the league. I'm going to say the best team is either the LA Kings, for the future for sure. I mean, Connor Bedard, Quentin Byfield, Gabe Velarde, Alex Turcotte. It's crazy. Or it's going to be the Ottawa Senators, because both of them are just so nasty. They got 90s everywhere. They're both looking amazing. This defense might push it over the edge. Let me know what team you think has the best roster. Let's get a month of simulation just for fun. And we do actually have a game against Newfoundland in the first month, which is something we don't usually have. Kalen Addison decides to sign, even though we don't really have a spot for him, but maybe we'll have to work him into the lineup. Come on, boys. Starting off with 2 L's, you hate to see it. No, there you go. Back with a big 5-1 win against the no longer Patrice Bergeron Boston Bruins. Another win there against the Buffalo Sabres, and we got Newfoundland here, and they're 3-3. Now, we've played 8 total games against Newfoundland. We've won 6 and lost 2. The 2 that we've lost have been back-to-back, and we've been outscored 12-2 in those 2 games. So hopefully we can get another win here, snap this losing streak against Newfoundland. We're here in Newfoundland, so on enemy territory. Let's go. Maybe an overtime game, a little shootout action. Here we go. Period number 1. It's 1-0. It's Richard May or Robert May, whatever his name is. I just looked at it. I should know it. But May, he scores a big one, making it 1-0. Lots of shots in the first period. Number 2. All right, we tie it up. Rick McMuffin, baby. There you go. He scores on John Gibson. Let's get one more here. Let's put some pressure on. There you go. Mikko Lehtinen, the playoff GOAT from last year. This guy's been scoring a lot for us. Power play. Mikko Hedman from one Mikko to another. We have a 2-1 2-1 lead here. If they're going to score, it's probably going to happen because I said I wanted to go into overtime. 3 minutes left. Is that going to be the xTech jinx? 1 minute on the clock. And Andre Burakovsky says no overtime for you. But that is a W for your Alaska Ice Eagles over the Growlers. Hunter Lightning makes 32 stops. McMuffin had a goal and an assist. John Gibson, obviously the first star there, and made a whole bunch of saves. But 3-1, I'll take it. So we're 4-2 here. We do have a game against Ottawa I definitely want to check out as well because I know they were one of the best teams. I'm interested to see how a team like that is really going to sim. A 1-0 overtime win. There you go, Hunter Lightning, getting a couple of shutouts. 2 of your 5 wins are shutouts. You love to see it. 3-3-1 for Ottawa. They got Kachuk on the third line. I don't know what they're doing here in Ottawa, but their defense is gross. So we might have some trouble scoring here. Their defense is nasty. Period. Numero uno. And it's 3-1. Okay, they have no problem scoring on us. Jake Sanderson, Colin White, and Josh Norris. Burakovsky, he gets the only goal for us. 3 goals on 12 shots. That's what I'm talking about, Hunter Lightning. Like, you'll have a shutout or you'll have a couple of great games, and then the next game you'll allow 3 goals on 8 shots or 3 goals on 12 shots. It's kind of frustrating. Period number 2, 5-1. Oh, man. Owen Tippett and Alex Formanton. This game looks like all but over. Unless we can make something happen here, starting off with a Zion goal, maybe? Okay, or a Burakovsky goal. He's got 2 in the game. He's now on hat trick watch. That's a power play goal, but I think it's too little too late. This game ends 5-2. We get handled easily by Ottawa. All right, so let's see if we can string some more wins together here up against Winnipeg. We're 5-3, make it 7-3. Okay, I guess we won there. There you go, 7-3, 2 wins straight back to back. You have to end on a win. That's the rule. Sorry, I don't write the rules. It's just how it's supposed to be done. You have to win here against Carolina. This is the last game of the episode. Let's go. Sebastian Aho, I'm not worried about it. Period number 1. It's 3-3. Okay, lots of goals. McMuffin, Burakovsky, and Bertuzzi. Both of these guys scoring lots. That's awesome to see. Teravainen, Trocheck, and Hamilton score for them. 3 goals on 7 shots. That's what I'm saying. Kind of shaky. But 3 goals on 13 shots isn't that great either. Period number 2. Okay, 0-0. Both goalies really shut it down there. Could we see a little OT/shootout action here? 3-3 here with just over 10 minutes left. Power play for Alaska. Our big guns are clicking here. It's going to be a big guy to score like Zion. 5-on-3. How are you not scoring? We're living on the power play and you don't score. You hate to see it, but it looks like we're going into OT. All right. Here in overtime, all I want is an overtime McMuffin winner. That's all I want here. Zion Bertuzzi starts it off with a nice shot early on, gets the puck back, says, no, it's my puck. Gets another shot off, but a big save. Zion is a beast when he turns it on. Here comes Chris Letang, the vet, over to Shane Wright, and Nedeljkovic with the save. Mikko Hedman, oh my god, what a rocket, just missed the net. Oh my god, what a shot from Shane Wright. What a pass. Oh man, that guy had the entire net wide open. Goalie was just nowhere to be found. And Shane Wright, there you go. That's how you do it. That's the right way to score in overtime. That's a big one. What a feed, though. Who was the pass by? What was the defenseman doing? Man, pick up a guy. What are you doing? Then he rubs his nuts all over the goalie's face. Oh, man, the disrespect. He's like, yeah, there you go, Nedeljkovic. How's that taste? Oh, Victor Olofsson, you're a bad man. I don't know why I say some things I say. So the first month, definitely a success, 8-3. Some shaky moments there, 7-2 loss, but we really turned it on there. 3 wins to end off the episode. That's how it's done, 8-3. Let's have a look at some stats here, see how the boys are doing. Zion, a goal per game, 11 goals in 11 games, 94 overall. I'm interested to see how Chris Letang's going to be doing, and he's doing just fine, 10 points in 11 games. Now, last year, we had a lot of minuses. I'm seeing a lot of zeros. It's better than a minus. I'll take it. Do we have any minuses? So it looks like Luke Roach on the fourth line is a minus. Mikko Lehtinen is a -2. It's better than last year, okay? It's an improvement. I'll definitely take it. But Zion, Rick McMuffin, Chris Letang, Miko Hedman, Shane Wright, all of our big guns are coming to play, especially Zion. Holy crap, what a start to the year. As for the goaltenders, have a look here. 7-3 for Hunter Lightning. Those are the numbers I want to see here. So let's just see who leads the league in scoring here throughout the first 10 or so games. I'm going to guess it's going to be Kazov, because it's probably going to be Kazov. No, it's Cale Makar. Okay, did not expect that. Kazov, nowhere to be found. There he is, 18 points. But wow, okay, Cale Makar, have yourself a start. Holy crap. Brad Marchand, 36 years old, still scoring at will. And it looks like there is a three-way tie for first in goal scoring. Zion, Brad, and Vitali. So that was a fun one. Just wanted to check around the league, see what's up, because we've made so many changes. But now it's really time to focus on our team. In the next episode, we're going to get basically the entire year of simulation done, or at least up to the trade deadline. But I was watching some other franchise modes on YouTube, and, you know, maybe chemistry is the key to success, but I was seeing teams that only had 1+5, and the rest were either, like, no pluses at all, or just a couple of +1s here and there. But we got a 3-5-1-1. I think our team is basically ready to go on a deep playoff run. I don't want to make any moves at all. I'm super happy with how the team looks. A 3-1-1, I'm happy about that. Our goaltending seems to be really shaping up, so I mean, I'm excited for what this team can do. Hopefully in year number 4 we can go on a deep playoff run. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.